Hey YouTube, it's Tyler the Antenna Man here to tell you about the FCC's Over-the-Air Reception Devices Rule. Every week I receive numerous comments and emails from people asking me what antenna I would recommend for their attic because they have an HOA that will not allow them to put an outdoor antenna up. Well, as it turns out, this FCC law prohibits restrictions on outdoor antennas, even if you have an HOA. This rule applies to antennas as long as they are under 1 meter in diameter. It also applies to renters, so if you have a landlord, guess what? In most situations you can use an outdoor antenna, but don't get too excited right away. You can only place the antenna outside in what's considered exclusive areas, such as a balcony or patio. You can't place it in common areas such as on the roof. Some of you are probably saying, oh, but it's in my lease that I can't have an antenna outside, or I live in a townhouse and can't put it up because I have a condominium association. I'm going to read this part of the rule. The over-the-air reception device rule applies to state or local laws or regulations, including zoning, land use or building regulations, private covenants, homeowners associations, condominium or cooperative association restrictions, lease restrictions or similar restrictions on property within exclusive use or control of the antenna user where the user has an ownership or leasehold interest in the property. Despite this law, HOAs and landlords across the country continue to restrict outdoor antennas, most likely because they are not aware of this rule in the first place. What do you do if you're in the situation where you would like to place an antenna outside? After all, you're going to get the best reception with an outdoor antenna, but you have a landlord or HOA that says you cannot. First, present them with the law and be friendly and courteous about it. Most landlords and HOAs honestly don't know about this law, so they don't think they're really doing anything wrong. And let them know that there are limitations. So for example, if you're in an HOA, they're not going to see a giant ham antenna on top of your roof. It has to be under 1 meter in diameter. And if you are a renter, it cannot be placed in a common area. It has to be placed in an exclusive area, such as on a balcony or on a patio. If your landlord or HOA refuses to lift their illegal restrictions on outdoor antennas, you can call the FCC at 1-888-CALL-FCC. You can also follow the link in the description to the rule. There are some additional steps at the bottom of the page on what to do if you run into a situation. For the most part, the FCC says restrictions on outdoor antennas are pretty much unenforceable unless they pose a safety risk. For many of you that live in the suburbs, you don't necessarily need an outdoor antenna to get reliable reception. I'd say if you're within 30 or 40 miles from the broadcast towers, you're not in a very mountainous area, you don't necessarily need an outdoor antenna. But if you've tried everything, you've tried numerous antennas, you've tried my custom antenna recommendations, and you're still not able to get reliable reception due to the building material of your home and you need to mount an antenna outside, just tell your landlord or HOA about the rule first. They probably are not aware of it, and all they are doing is protecting the community from looking something like this. Make sure to share this video to spread the word about the FCC's Over-the-Air Reception Devices Rule. Again, most landlords and HOAs are probably just not aware of this rule. If they are, I definitely would say challenge them because it's an illegal restriction on outdoor antennas. They're in the wrong, not you. And the fact of the matter stands that many people cannot get reliable reception indoors due to the building material and depending on how weak the signals are. And when HOAs and landlords use these illegal restrictions, it kind of corners some people into thinking that they have no choice but to pay for cable or satellite for TV when it's available free over the air. Thanks again for watching this video. Again, share it. We need to spread the word that these restrictions on outdoor antennas are illegal, and just approach it nicely. Don't be rude about it and say, hey Steve, Tyler the Antenna Man says I can put a giant antenna on my roof, so you can't do anything about it. It's not exactly that, and make sure you follow the link in the description to the law. Do not refer this video, but refer the law from the FCC instead of me. Thanks again for watching and have an awesome day.